guys? For today's watch review, we're talking about the Casio MTD1079. Before we get into the review, let's go ahead and do a quick wrist check. Today I am rocking another Casio. This is the G-Shock GMW B5000. Just an absolutely beautiful watch. I have done a review on this one, so make sure to check it out. Going back to the Casio, or they're both Casios. Going back to the MTD1079, let's go ahead and get started with our first talking point, which is a 360 view followed by dimensions. So here's the front, and there's the case back. Your standard Casio screw down case back, if I can focus there. And then here's your clasp. And then dimensions for your diameter without the crown. So I measured from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We're looking at 44 millimeters. With the crown, it's 46.5. A thickness of 14 millimeters. And then lug to lug, so from here to there, it is 51 millimeters. And then a bandwidth of 22 millimeters. And then your total weight is 153 grams or 5.4 ounces. It is a little bit heavy, and that's because it's a steel watch. The case is metal and the band is metal, so it is going to be a little bit on the heftier side, so keep that in mind if you're considering purchasing this watch. Next item is price. MSRP from the website is $120, but more realistically on the street you should expect to pay about $70 to $80 after taxes, depending on where you shop. I personally bought it on Amazon, and after taxes I spent $84. Unfortunately, this is one of those watches that is going up in price. I know that 2 or 3 years ago people were buying this for 50 to 60 bucks. So just keep that in mind if you are considering buying this one. The price will only go up. Maybe it'll go down in a future sale, but from what I've observed, it has only gone up. Next talking point is functions and features. Starting off, you've got this unidirectional bezel right here, 120 click. It operates just fine. It is a little bit on the cheaper level if you compare it to some of the pricier Seikos and Citizens out there. But for what it is and the price that you're paying, I think it operates flawlessly. After that, you've got your day-date window, and that's just a wonderful thing. For any analog watch, I always prefer to have a day-date window, and this one operates just fine. I want to say that it's got the Spanish and English days. Yep, it does have the Spanish days on it too, so that's always a good thing. And then after that, you've got a mineral crystal, and then your super illuminator LED, which is operated by this button right here, which will show you that in the next talking point. And then there is lume. So the lume is okay, it's nothing to write home about. It'll probably last you about 15 to 30 minutes. So I'm not really going to even take that into consideration as a practical function, but it is there and it's a nice touch. And then after that, we got 100 meters of water resistance, or 330 feet of water resistance. So not a true dive watch, but for most people, for your average Joe, that's plenty of water resistance. And then a 3-year battery life, or that's what the Casio support team has rated the battery life to be. And I'm sure that's a very conservative estimation. So if you don't use the LED consistently or every single day, I'm sure that you will get much more time from your battery. So very basic feature set, but for what it is, I think it's great. I've got no complaints with that. Next talking point is illumination. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like in a dark room. And there you have it, beautiful illumination. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like in a well-lit room. There you go. It's really hard to explain how beautiful that light is. It's like I don't know, like a turquoise chartreuse blue, and it really took me off guard because I wasn't expecting that when I ordered it. I was kind of just expecting like a dull amber LED that you typically see from a Casio analog watch, but that was a very pleasant surprise. And for the lume, just a quick disclaimer, I did charge it with a very powerful flashlight. So even though the lume is very bright, keep in mind that's only going to last you about 15 minutes to half an hour. It's definitely not going to last the entirety of your night. Next talking point is visibility. I think it's great. You've got your black background with the white indices, and I think the hands could probably have been done a little bit better, but I've really got no complaints. It's fairly easy to tell the time, in any environment, outside, inside, low light, regular light. I got no issues with visibility. And with the day-date window, it's always a great thing to have a white background because it just kind of pops out at you, and you don't really have to strain your eyes to look at it. All right, next talking point is button and crown quality. So there you go. It's not the best. It is just kind of like all cheap steel throughout the watch, but they operate just fine. I will say the crown could have been done a little bit better. It doesn't come out that far to the second position, so you might have some trouble gripping it to adjust the time, but that's also just my personal preference. It still operates just fine, no issues there. And let's zoom in just so you can take a look at it. All right, next talking point is band quality. It's your standard stamped steel, so it's not luxurious by any means, but low maintenance. It's not something that you're going to be really upset about if it gets a little bit scuffed up. I feel like this is your perfect office work watch because it's not one of your super expensive babies, but it still looks clean, and I think it's always a good thing to have a low maintenance band, because then you're not always conscious about what you're rubbing it up against or whatever. It's very low maintenance, so can't go wrong with that. And then last talking point is my overall thoughts. So I do really like this watch. I think this is one of those Casios that you're gonna regret not buying. 10-20 years from now, you're gonna wish that you picked up this watch. Case in point, if you think about the Casio MTD1079D-1AV, which I'll show you a picture of right here. This was a fantastic watch. It was so clean and it looked so good, and I am regretting it so much that I never picked up one when they were available, because now if you go on eBay and try to buy one, they're going for $100 to $300 back, from a watch that used to be under $100 when it was readily available. And I just have this feeling that the same fate, or the MTD1079 is going to share the same fate. And I don't know why Casio discontinues their fantastic watches, but if you are looking at this one right now and you're interested in it, I highly recommend it, because like I said before, it's a simple, low maintenance watch that still has a very clean, professional look. I mean, it's a Casio Submariner, right? Kind of like the MTD1006. They've got that very quintessential dive look, but obviously, it's not a professional dive watch. But for those of you that are desk divers, or even just average Joe, and you don't want to break the bank, but you still want a good-looking timepiece on your wrist, then you cannot go wrong with the MTD1079. So I highly recommend it. And if not for you, then just as a gift to your kid or your loved one, I think they'd be very pleased with this. And let's just go ahead and take a look at that lume again, or that super illuminator. That's just so good. It makes me so happy. Things like this, budget-friendly watches with great features or great functions, always put a smile on my face. So that's all I got to say. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative and that it helps you with your next watch purchase. Thank you for watching, and make sure to tune into my next video. And please subscribe. It really does motivate me to continue to make videos for you guys, and I really do like connecting with all of you. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.